Oh, hello there. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Don Cycles. Thank you for tuning in. I've had a lot of questions about my setup here, so I thought I'd do a little video on the setup with my Handcycle. There we are. It's a Handcycle, and I do that. I crank it to get it to move along. But it's like an electric bicycle in that I have a hub motor, and on this side I've got some Shimano gears. In fact, I've got 11 Shimano gears on there, which will enable me to cope with quite some steep hills. And so there we are, we crank it, and here I've got my miles per hour, my speedometer, how full my battery is, what the temperature is, and I can get other readings, total mileage and all the rest of it by switching around. I've got this hydraulic brakes here, which are disc brakes, which are fantastic. Hydraulics mean you're not having to adjust them every day. I've got my gear change, which is a twist script, which is also very convenient. And on this side I've got my accelerator, which you can accelerate away if you need to. And you've got adjustments here. You can adjust it to either no assistance at all, or up to perhaps a top assistance if you're going up hills and you need some assistance. So I've got two batteries. First I only had one, but a lovely friend named Sam made this frame for us so I can fit a spare battery on, and that in a hilly region round about where I live I could do 40 miles with the both of them. But when my son and I went on our charity ride down the River Danube, we managed with just one battery, and we used to charge it up at lunch times when we were having a break there. You can get free charging points on the River Danube because they've got a lot of hydroelectricity from the Danube. So here we are. This is where I film my videos on my Apple iPhone 17 Pro Max. You can't really see it in the sunshine, but I set it up to do dual aspects, so you can actually see me cranking and working hard as I go, and also the road ahead. I've got this other phone here, which is tethered to that phone, which will give me Google Maps, and she'll read out, and you sometimes pick that up on the microphone as I'm receiving instructions from Google Maps, which is very good really. While I was cycling in the cold weather, I got my sleeve covered, so it was very difficult to find the time, but this is a special motorcycle watch, which I found very useful. And then my son bought me this fantastic headlight, which runs off the battery, so I know pretty well I'll always be able to put it on should I need to. And then this lovely bag right by Rhino Walk, I've got this memory bank here, which is not a memory bank but a battery bank, which will keep the phone running for 2 or 3 hours while I'm videoing, and keep the Google Maps alive. Very important. I've got a few tools in there as well if I want to make adjustments to things, and it's quite easy to reach within reach for me. So that's the Handcycle part. I have to connect it to my wheelchair each time, which takes the wheelchair wheels off the floor and the Handcycle wheels are off the floor, and then we're just riding on 3 wheels really. Yeah, tyres, I use tennis armour inside. I could put a link to tennis armour, and they're supposed to make you puncture proof, so that at least you'll be able to get home if you have a puncture. It will be very difficult for me to change an inner tube while I'm out on a ride, so thankfully to the tennis armour, which are my wheelchair wheels too. And then I've got this horn here. I won't demonstrate it now. Most often I'll probably say, excuse me, I'm passing you on your right, and that's it. Now you might be wondering why I've got all the flags out. Well, when I was out riding near where I live, a car nearly drove me into a buzz, and I actually knew the bus driver, and the bus driver said to me, messaged me to say, you need to be more high visibility, and so I put the flags out. They're rather nice, I think. Sometimes I feel like a knight in shining armour, which I've got on the one side there, as I'm going along really. So that tells you a little bit. I've got this helmet, which is, I'll put links to all these things on the description. I really recommend having a helmet. You never know when a car might be driving into a buzz or something like that. So it's good to, even in the hot weather, and I can put some sun cream on as well. That's all, I think. If you have any questions or comments, do please ask them. I do read all the comments, and I'd just like to encourage you to like the videos I post, and to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Don Cycles. It is free, and then put a comment. That really helps with the algorithms and helps YouTube to promote it. I have promised 3 charities that if I ever get monetized on YouTube, and it's quite hard to do that, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But I'm living in hope. I only started the channel in the end of February, 28th of February, and we've got up to about 172 subscribers at the moment. But putting on a comment is really helpful for me, and I don't mind constructive criticism or questions. I'd be delighted to help and advise. I met quite a lot of people out when I'm hand cycling, and they'll be intrigued by the bike. They've never seen one before, and I love their showing interest in my hand cycle. So if you've got any more questions, do pop them in the comments part. I'll do my best to answer them, and put a comment anyway. It only takes a minute, and as I said, it will help me to increase the subscribers, hopefully, to the channel. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for my son, my chief engineer Tim, who's gone on long distance charity cycle rides with me. He's my chief engineer who keeps me on the road, and he's my chief video recorder as well. He's doing a video on his GoPro at the moment, so really appreciate that, Tim. He helps me in lots of ways by adjusting the mirrors and keeping it serviced and changing the tyres when we need to, which isn't an easy job. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to reading your comments and having you as a subscriber, and then automatically you'll find out when I upload other videos for you to watch. Bye bye for now then.